Hey everybody, Sam Johnson here, Partner Success Manager with PayTrace, and I'm really excited about this new partner announcement. As many of you know, we've been known as the B2B payment experts for a long time, but really that's only covered one half of the payment process, which is the receivables. So to help combine the payable side, I'm thrilled to announce our partnership with Fidesic, and joining me today is Kevin Pritchard, Vice President of Product and Growth with Fidesic. Thanks for joining, Kevin.
Hey Sam, great to be here. I'm excited as well. Feels like a great fit for us.
Absolutely. And I think this has been in the works for a while, even though we haven't worked together in a very official capacity. I know there's been a lot of crossover between our teams over years, so it just, kind of organically happened. And I think it makes really good sense. So, Kevin, to our customers and our partners that may not be familiar with Fidesic, I'd love to hear a little bit more about your story and kind of a bit of an overview on the company.
Yeah, for sure. Happy to give that. Fidesic, we've been around for a surprisingly long time, probably a little bit longer than most people have known about us.
Mm.
We went through a rebrand a couple of years ago as Fidesic, the product. Before that, we were known as Enliven Software, and we've been around since about 2008. Historically, we've kind of been in the GP channel. That was our sweet spot for many, many years. And the past five or so, we've branched out into Business Central. And that's really probably when everybody who knows who we are and what we do has found out about us. We really ramped up our participation in the partner channel at that point too. Started going to the big conference series, your Directions, your Summits, your Dynamics Con, and we've been a fixture of those for 3 or 4 years at this point. And, it's great to actually be in the community. We were sort of on the outside looking in for a while, mostly because we didn't know that, we were supposed to participate in the community in such a capacity. So, we've been learning over the years that the partner channel is where it's at. We've been building our internal partner network with the SIs and, your resellers of BC and GP and sort of expanding our reach in that front. And it's been great. And, through that process, we ran into you guys at basically every event because I know you guys are at everything too. Ran into some people at some Doug events. Jeremy over at your company lives like 20 minutes away from me and grew up where I live currently. So, ran into him and, I always get to chatting with him about living in West Michigan. So it's nice to have a local footprint there too. And, as a company, really what we try to focus on is accounts payable, obviously. And our North Star on this is keep adding features with the goal of being as good or better than what like an AP clerk can do in their daily operations. And as technology has changed in sort of a whirlwind capacity over the past year or two, specifically with AI, it's fun to kind of be on the forefront of that and building out new things that really try to actually provide value to people directly and hit their bottom line as quick as possible in terms of features and cost savings. And what I'm particularly excited for is for the past beginning of time, basically, we have had to answer the question of, oh, do you guys do accounts receivable and payments from your customers too? And my answer was, no, we don't, not really, but there's some options out there. Good luck, have fun looking it up. It just feels good to have something that I can drive people to. And, as soon as we, I guess, inked this, if you will, the very first next prospect that I was talking to on this asked that question. So I got to send them over already, which feels really, really good that this is probably the right move. When the first customer I talked to post this was, looking for accounts receivable style payments too on Business Central. So feels like a natural fit to me.
I love it. The timing seems serendipitous.
Hmm.
Uh, Seems like you can't escape us. It's funny that you mentioned that because, similar, right? We're kind of on that conference track. We're out there at all the Microsoft events and in the partner channel, and we're hearing the other side of things, right?
Yep.
We get the people coming up to us, the partners, the users, and they're asking, "Oh, great, PayTrace, you guys do payables, right?" And it's like, you know, receivables, but good luck. We'd love to, point you in
Yep.
the right direction, but now we actually can. So I'm really happy about this partnership. We're really kind of right closing that circle, closing that loop on the payments process.
Yep.
So we've had some conversations about this, Kevin, and you know, one of the things I think comes up with us is um, there is some market saturation out there. There's a lot of people out there when you have options for receivables, for payables.
Yep.
One of the things that we lend our hang our hats on, I guess, is the service, the people, the kind of beyond the solution side of things, which is something that we really like about working with Fidesic. Can you tell me a little bit about maybe, what sets apart Fidesic from some of the other tools and solutions that are out there today?
Yeah, for sure. So I guess from like the product perspective, which is kind of how I initially think about things, is there's like two aspects of like what is a good customer to us that I like to think about. The first is anything related to service organizations.
Mm.
So, your healthcare service, your nonprofit service, dental service operators have been a really good fit for us. Anybody who has a bunch of bills that just sort of come in that need to be, coded, sent to various department managers, regional managers, that sort of thing. We've kind of baked all of that into our process from the beginning. What our data capture on the invoicing side is really, really good at is that sort of softer level coding that, we're not going to necessarily have a line on a PO that matches exactly with what you need. And we've sort of fine-tuned our capture to be really good at inferring that sort of information, both with, what's actually on the invoice that you're receiving and what we've learned from people actually coding things manually in the cases that they have to. And the thing that I'm really proud of on the product side is that across all our customers, about 95% of the invoices that run through our capture engine don't require any edits whatsoever,
Mm.
which that includes coding, that includes everything. So they're just good to go. We just need somebody to take a look at it and make their approvals. And then the second thing that I think makes us unique in this space on a product side is our like multi-location, multi-entity focus. That's always our sweet spot. If you've got multiple locations, multiple entities, that's another thing that we've built the system in a way to be super intelligent around. So if you've got, 100 office locations spread throughout the country, that's probably a really good fit for us. I just did a webinar with Binary Stream yesterday as well because multi-entity management is something we run into a lot. So that's another thing that we're really proficient at. And then obviously on the people side, as you mentioned, which is why I like working with you guys as well. Um, we're not trying to be Bill.com, not to throw a particular company under the bus, if you will. But I don't think anybody's going to get mad about Bill.com being thrown under the bus. But uh, we're a company of people, and if you work with us, you get a person you can talk to. Obviously, we have our general support system as well, which is also really good. But at the end of the day, it's somebody on our team behind it. And if you're working with us, you'll have a person that you can contact. You can shoot me a text, you can send me an email, and I'll respond. And everybody on our team is really like that too. So we sort of look at it as relationship building with our customers. And the thing that makes me think that we're actually pretty good at that is our like new customer to willingness to do a case study ratio is like
Mm.
exorbitantly high. I thought it was like how the community works. And in talking to other companies, they're like, how do you guys get all these case studies? And I'm like, well, don't you just ask at the end and they do it? So that makes me really feel like we're doing something that actually like, backs that up as opposed to me just being some guy being like, we value customer support. So,
True.
it's, I think that's the long and short of it, I suppose.
Yeah. When people like what you do for them, they want to be able to talk about it and share it, and those conversations are much easier to have when you do things right rather than
Yeah.
do things wrong.
Beg
So
for a case study after it dragged out for 6 months. Yeah,
yeah,
that's not a fun
exactly, right? Well, Kevin, again, I'm thrilled to be able to get this partnership up and running. You mentioned that you guys are very accessible if, somebody wants to talk about some AP solutions and some of the products that you guys offer. What's the best way to get in touch with your team?
Yeah, if you want to just go about it via email, you can just email us at sales@fidesic. That's going to get forwarded to an actual person, depending on who's available. But if you head to fidesic.com, you're going to get lots of ways to schedule time with us. You'll probably get a pop-up with my face on it if you catch it at the right time that says book a meeting with Kevin. If not, you might get one with somebody else. But there's a chance it'll be me who's sitting there waiting on the receiving end of that. So that's probably your best course of action. Of course, you can contact us directly. We're pretty active on LinkedIn. If you are already connected with one of us, that's always a great way to do it too. There's a lot of people on our team floating around LinkedIn and available. So, like I said, network based. Reach out to us. If you know who to reach out to, that's great. If not, no problem. Email us at sales and you'll get connected with somebody that you can count on pretty quickly on that front.
That's funny. I actually was on your website the other day and I
Might
didn't
be.
realize that it was actually going to connect me to you. It said talk to Kevin. And I'm like, I know Kevin. So that's fantastic.
Sometimes, if you're on the right page, yeah, you'll find me. I still pop up sometimes. I pop up less frequency than I used to, but I'm still there sometimes.
That's fantastic. Well, for any of our partners, our customers today that would like to learn more about this as well, feel free to work through us. We're happy to make some connections. You can reach out to either your partner manager if you know who that is, or just reach out to sales@paytrace.com and we can get some conversations going. Kevin, thank you so much. Appreciate your time today and looking forward to see this partnership grow.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Sam. I'm looking forward to it.